This is Danny with QuadLugs, and we're taking a look at the action camera isolation mount. And this is how you're going to get it. And we left it on the rail so the parts, is easier to keep track of the parts. So these are the parts you'll be using. So, and we also have the isolation balls. The screw here, and that's going to be for the swivel mount and of course mounting screws. A couple of ways this comes off really easy. You just use some small wire cutters and you can snip it off, and then you can trim it with sandpaper or a knife to make it look pretty there. So we're going to go ahead and cut this loose and cut this part off. Now if you're going to be mounting it to wood, this piece right here is going to actually glue into this piece like this. And the hole that's started for you there is going to be facing, up toward the flat piece. Now, after this is glued in, and I use C8 to do it, I usually enlarge this hole with an 1/8" bit. And then when I put it on any of the wood parts, I'll use a 1/16" bit to go ahead and do a pilot hole into the wood, and then use a 5/8 screw to secure it down. Whenever I glue this on, I use CA, a medium or a thick CA. Now, just put in this area here all the way around. And then you put this in, keep it level with the top here, and when you do that, it'll be level with the bottom, and just let it dry. Once you do that, it's going to look like this. And you may have to, if after you put glue in there and you put it in, you may have to put a little bit more CA in this area right here. So, if you need to do that, go ahead. And once it dries rather, it's ready to be used, to mount to the wood. So it just slides over the wood like that, and that's on any of the frames that we have, whether it's the 1/4" or the half wood. And also we have the carbon fiber booms coming out pretty soon. This will also fit that because the carbon is a direct replacement for the wood, so it's the exact same size. So it just slides on like that. You'll screw this on right through there, and it holds it on. Now it can be used for a shelf, it can be used for a camera mount, it can be used for a lot of different things. And I'm always coming up with something to use it for. So let us know if you come up with something different than what we're doing with it so far. The isolation balls are going to fit on, and these pieces here, these standoffs, if you're using it to mount to wood, I normally put the standoffs in like this so it's smooth on top. And when you get the isolation balls on, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. You'll notice you can put this a couple different ways. Let me grab another one here. This can be mounted in this way, or it can be turned around this way. By doing it this way, you can get to this screw really easy. So you can screw it down onto the wood when you're using it that way. Putting it on the box quad, I just make set this on. I make a couple of lines like that on where where it's these pieces are falling out, and then I cut with a knife through there, make a slit. Then I push it down through there. Then I cut me a little small piece of wood and put it on the back side like that, and shoot a screw through there. Makes a really nice job. The Mobius on it, I put Velcro on here. I have Velcro on my Mobius. Fits really nice, works really good. And then I'll run a piece of Velcro, you know, a strap around here and tighten it up on the top, and it holds it on there really good. Now, if I'm using it, and this is our little 290, if I'm using my Mobius, and this is my old Hero 2, if I put my GoPro on there, I put it sideways like this, and then I run my strap around, and you'll see it makes a really, really nice job. Really, really, really nice. So, you know, it'll hold most any camera like that. And okay, so that's one way of putting it on the wood, and then to us on our wood frame rather, and to mount it to the box quad. Another way to install it is as a swivel mount, and we're going to go over that right now. These two pieces here are for the swivel mount. Go ahead and take them off. And this is it mounted here to a little 250 Mini. Now you can mount it to, again, you can mount the swivel mount to the box, or you know, you can mount it to any one of our frames also. So whenever we use the swivel mount, we'll go ahead and take this piece, and this is going to be the last piece on the rail. But now you see why we left it on the rail, because if you're not doing this, you can always, it's real easy to keep all the pieces together. So this is going to glue in like that. Now when you're using this, we do not use this piece. So it's going to look like this. Instead of putting the small piece in here, we're going to glue this in like this. You know, make it smooth or, you know, flush on the sides. Again, put you some CA in here and on top, and it'll glue in very, very nice, and it'll look like that. Now these two holes and this indentation here, we're not going to worry about that right now. This is used actually for a gimbal holder on our new Caddy 340, and we'll be introducing that really soon, and we'll go over how this is installed and how it's installed to the gimbal and how it holds it. It's pretty neat how that's working. But for the swivel mount, we're going to need that glued on. Now when it's glued on, it's going to look like this. Okay, this piece has not been put in, like I was saying. We're not going to put this one in. We're going to leave that out, and we're going to, you know, have this on like this. So to put it, use it as a swivel mount, and we're going to loosen this up, and you'll see how you can set it any way you want. And not only can you set it this way, and you see how this is back a little bit, but you can actually turn it around if you want, and you can it actually, you know, extend further out this way when you do that. So extend further out this way. And again, you can, you know, turn it any way you want. So what we'll do when we're using a swivel mount, we take these two pieces we just clipped off. That's these two. We'll take a piece of wood, and we'll snug them up to either side of the wood, and we'll, you know, we'll do like this. Like that. And then you find out where you want to put it, you know, this way. And you line them up like that. And then we'll go ahead and make a mark here for where you want to drill the hole. You go ahead and drill a pilot hole, and then you put your screw in here and there. And it holds it in place. Then when you pull the wood out, it's set where you need it to be. Now, if I'm putting this on something and I'm going to leave it on this, I'll put a little bit of thin CA here and it locks it down. I mean, the screws hold well, but you put the CA on there and it's gonna take beating after beating, guaranteed. So little CA there, and it locks it down really good. Now after you've located it and you use a piece of wood, you know, this is half by half, our regular wood that we use. You know, you snug it up on each side. That's gonna give you the right distance that you need for this piece here. So the next step after you get it on is go ahead and take your piece that you glued this onto, set it down on, and what I normally do is push it all the way down so this here is tight to that. And if you push it all the way down, right there, you see that it's tight. This is slotted, so once the screw's in, you know, it's going to move up and down if it needs to, you know, let this thing rotate. So I line this piece up here. I line this piece up here, center, this way of the hinge, and push it all the way down, line it up center, and it's pushed all the way down, and it's lined up center this way. And then I'll go ahead and take a 1/8 inch bit, and I'm going to drill through right in there, right toward the bottom of this piece here, right toward the bottom of this piece here. So your drill is going to go through like that. Okay. Push it all the way down, center it up, or you know, you don't have to center it up. You can put it any location you want. I mean, you can slide it back and put it like that if you want to. I mean, that's totally up to you. Or you can go center, or you know, you can go that way, however you want. And go ahead and drill your hole through. Once you do that, the screw that we give you here, you go ahead and push it through and put the nut on the end, get it started, and then it just slides on like that. Just that simple. Now it's mounted on. Set it in position you want. Tighten it up. And there you go. And it holds real well, really well. And again, you know, you can put your Mobius on there, strap it down, put your Velcro on this, or you can put your Mobius on, or your, GoPro on it sideways, just like I showed you on the 290. Makes for a really good install, and it's easy to adjust, and works really, really well. Anyway, just as easy as that for the swivel mount. And again, we'll get into a few videos later on different things that come up, you know, me using it on a shelf, as a shelf rather, and a couple other uses for it. And then of course when the Caddy comes out, I'll show you how it's used to mount the gimbal too. Works really, really good. So there you go. That's our action camera isolation mount. Works really, really good. This is a short introduction to it. You can see it's really easy to work with and really versatile. So comes with the 250 kit, the 250 Mini Plus kit. And of course you can go on our site and buy it separately. This is Danny with QuadLugs, and we'll see you next time.